Uh, obviously the Bahamas, people don't really consider it a road game, but for me, I still do because it's a new atmosphere, it's a new environment. But I feel like this one's going to definitely test us. We've practiced a lot, we've worked on a lot of things, but it still can't work in being in an away arena. So, but I feel like it's going to be a good opportunity for us, to go out there and play well and execute on all the stuff we learned on.
John, is there a sense of relief the finals over that y'all can just go out there and play with no worries?
No, definitely. And to be honest with you, yesterday was the most free time I ever had this whole semester since I didn't have to study for any more finals. And I think just being done with school just give us extra time to focus and to prepare for the next games.
Was there anything, when the coaches look at film from the other day, was there anything they picked out that y'all didn't do well, maybe offensively, but that defense, how much pride did y'all take in that and shutting them down like that?
I was kind of really happy to see almost 5 defense games since we're a new group and we're still trying to get connected as a unit, having better team chemistry. I'm happy of where the defense is at right now, but I think we can definitely get better, and we will get better with the next coming games, and I'm just excited about it.
John, one of those things that seemed to stand out on Sunday was y'all's ability to 1 through 5 guard even with switches. When you have kind of that switch onto a guard, I think you were able to stop, I forget who it was Justin Moore or Gillespie one-on-one, but how do you attack that matchup when you have a smaller, maybe at times a little bit quicker guy on you?
I just basically listen to my coaching staff, and we're trying to take away what guards want to do, which is basically rhythm threes, and I just trying to take it away, and I know that I'm going to have some help defense at the rim, and that's just how I attack a switch, because I know my brothers are out there helping me out, and even if I get beat, I'm always going to have some help for me, so that's how I attack those matchups.
So Coach Wright talked about it after the game, that he felt like you two guys and Matthew were kind of the difference, that y'all have gotten that much better from last year. That perimeter defense, is that something you worked on? Is that something y'all worked on, getting better on that part?
It's something I've worked on throughout my entire time at Baylor. It first started with Davion. When Davion was here, he used to just blow past me. And, the coach was always yelling at me, Flo, play better defense. So it's kind of something I had to get better at. And also, if I have any aspirations to play in the next level, I would, have to guard 1 through 5. So, and me and him always talked about it. It's like, hey, we can be a better team if, we're able to, key on those switches and stuff. So, yeah, it's definitely something we've been working on for the longest time.
Those guys, you mentioned Davion, even the ones this year, but how much do those guys, being able to guard those guys every day?
Yeah, it definitely made us better. And the thing about it is that everybody was different. Davion was more with speed, he would just blow past you. Or with Jared, he was more shaky, make you dance in the rhythm three. So, basically, it just helped us be able to recognize, what is the strength and what is the best way to take it away. So, guarding those guys, basically you can guard anybody else in the country. So, it basically helped us. It came to our benefit. So, yeah.
Anything else?
So you want Oregon? You want Villanova? What do you guys want?
I guess Oregon.
Okay.
First true road game.
Yeah.
I guess it's something you really got to get psyched up for and ready for.
Well, first, it's a tough place to get to and a long travel. Coming off of finals, coaches are always a little more worried and concerned that players are mentally not too exhausted and focused on the task at hand. At the same time, Oregon's came into the season ranked top 15 in different polls for a reason. Very talented team. Coach Altman's a great coach, and I know they've started out a little slower than most people have projected, but that's when you're blending different guys, it all clicks at different times. From a coaching standpoint, you see Memphis, for example, you know how talented they are, and you saw what they did to Alabama, and we know playing on the road, it's it's never easy, and especially playing at places with great winning tradition, history. I think Oregon's lost one non-conference game in 3 years or something. So I know we got our hands full and got to be ready to go. And when you're ranked number one, you know you not only get everybody's best shot, but you get more than that from them.
I was trying to remember, you've played there before?
Yeah, we
I've heard that's like one of the hardest gyms. I mean, it gets loud in there. Like, that's a really hard place to play.
Yeah, that we played how many years ago? DK, 4 or 5 years ago there. 4 years ago. And it's great venue. But like any great venue, that means it has a home court advantage to it, and don't know how many students will be there with finals and Christmas, but obviously when you're ranked number one, you draw a pretty good attendance.
Coach, you talked about how you're being number one and getting everyone's best shot. But has it already been kind of a good preparation because you've already been the defending national champions and kind of gone into those games expecting everyone's best shot too?
Well, I think just the returning players that have had that, I mean, when we won 23 in a row, and just how tough that was as far as each and every night being prepared, and our returning players from those teams hopefully will pass that wisdom and knowledge on to our younger guys. And at the same time, it's easy to see in college basketball because you're ranked number one doesn't mean you're invincible, because each week it seems like we have a new number one. So the challenge and excitement is to see if we can stay there a little longer than everyone else has.
Scott, playing as good a defense as you guys do, how much does that help going on the road?
Definitely defense travels, rebounding travels, taking care of the ball travels. At the same time, you have to be able to beat people at their best because you're expecting to get their best, and that means people making shots normally they might not make, and again, controlling what we can control. And this is why we play games like this, because Oregon's one of those teams that usually is in the Sweet 16 or further in the NCAA tournament, usually competing for a conference championship, and that means they win a lot of games, and at home they win even more. So this game gets you prepared for what you're going to face in conference.
Scott, what are those kind of defining qualities of a Dana Holden team that make them part of the team?
First, very talented players make any good any program successful, and any coach successful. At the same time, they mix defenses very well, keep you off balance. Offensively, usually they're known for talented players that can make plays. Their 1-2-2 press to their matchup zone is different. Their ability to switch in the man for man and the size and length that they normally have makes it difficult. And every good team doesn't beat themselves, meaning normally they take care of the basketball and do a good job rebounding it and not putting you in transition.
Scott, when you dissected Villanova game, was there anything you found wrong on defense?
Well, there were. I mean, every game you play is never perfect, and it's never as good as you thought or as bad as you thought when you watch film. So definitely they had some looks that hey, we can't leave shooters this open, and they happened to miss them. They missed a couple bunnies, and again, a couple rotations we were a little late or slow on. So after each game, no matter how good you think it is in film, it never lies, and you're like, you know what, we got lucky there. And the goal is not to get lucky. At the same time, you play great defense, a guy can bank in a three, and you got to just say, hey, we did everything we say we want to do here.
And on the offensive end, would you say a lot of it was maybe because of the energy you spent on defense, or, like you said, you've got some good looks?
Yeah, I think the same thing would go on our offensive end. There's probably some shots they would normally hit, some shots we would normally hit, and again, that's where if you're a good defense doesn't allow you to get in a rhythm. So when you actually do have those opportunities, it's different after you've made your first two shots, getting an open third shot versus having two really tough shots and then getting an open third shot. And we got to do a better job in getting better looks early on to get our confidence going as well.
Coach, you're going to go up against a guy that you're kind of familiar with in Davion Harmon from Oklahoma
Yeah.
last year. You guys were able to kind of slow him down a little bit in that meeting that you had against him. What do you remember about what he does well on the offensive end?
Well, I mean, Young and Harmon are two guys that spent a lot of time playing against people in Texas, and both of them, Will Richardson's, we competed against him, and a friend of Davion Mitchell. So, I mean, we know a lot of the guys that they have, and that's the great thing about AAU basketball. Everybody plays against each other, so you have some familiarity. But, again, they're preseason top 15 for a reason. They got a lot of talented, good players. That's your phone.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. It's that's your wife calling. You better take that. No, I'm joking. I guess that hey, when she calls, it's over, right?
That's a wrap.
I did want to ask you one thing about Flo. I know he's not going to be able to walk, but he graduates.
Sorry.
How important
Yeah.
is that for you guys? I mean, it seems like that's one of y'all's biggest deals.
It's something that you come to college to get a degree, and you're a student athlete, and couldn't be more proud of Flo Thamba and what he's done and how he's done it and how he's represented our university. And it's really exciting and something our staff always cherishes.
I was just trying to keep you past the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you did a good job. I'll let him know.